Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. And it has been a while since I last said that. So for this one and for the next few, we're sticking with the good old Commodore 64 because, let's face it, the two systems that I really cover, the 64 and the Amiga, the 64 beats the piss out of the Amiga when it comes to gaming. So yeah, I'll be sticking with the 64 for a while. That's not to say I've completely abandoned the Amiga, but I will be doing it, at some point, but not yet. Anyway, so for this one, not really one for the retro purists, because this is Sub Hunter, which, as you can see, was published by Psytronik software in 2008. 2008, I should say. I hate it when people say 2008 or 2000 and whatever. I wasn't born in the year 1972, so why do people say 2019 as it is now? Anyway, going off the point just a little bit there. So yes, this is yet another Psytronik game. I've reviewed a fair few of these, and I still have some more lined up. And as I say, it's not really one for the retro purists, so I can think of a few people who probably wouldn't review this. Kind of wish they would, actually, because, well, I think it's none too bad. Anyway, this title page, it's not the most detailed you're ever going to see in the history of gaming, but I mean, it doesn't look too bad, and I think the music on here, and in fact throughout the game, is great. So I'm not familiar with Thomas Mogensen. I'm assuming I pronounced that right. Actually no, I'm going to assume I pronounced it wrong, because I always do. So let's get a game underway. Now this is a multi-stage shoot 'em up, and each level is quite different actually. So the idea of this one is to destroy, all the submarines and the fish that come towards you, and collect the swimmers and not shoot them like I just did there. Now, okay, yeah, this level is relatively simple. Believe me, the game does not... Oh, you cunt. The game does not stay simple. You do have a time limit here. You can see the oxygen counter that's going down. You have to, obviously finish the level before that reaches 0. You have to collect 5 of these swimmers. I've got 4 of them, so 1 more to go. And fucking missed him. There we go. Right, so that is that level now done. On to level 2. Now for level 2, before I start it, if you look at the bottom there in the centre, so you got the time 30 and the skull and crossbones 15. We have to kill 15 fish in 30 seconds. Sounds easy, but yeah, they're not always on screen, so you've got to basically try and not do what I did there, which is miss all the fish as they swim past, because timing is absolutely of the essence, and this is turning into a good demonstration of how to utterly fuck up this level. So I haven't got a fucking prayer. I've still got to take out 7, and I've only got 2, 1, 0. There we go. Totally bollocks that up. So that rescued swimmer dies, and that's 1 life lost. Now I normally can do this level okay, but of course I wasn't recording any of those goes. So now that I am recording it, I am probably going to fuck every single attempt up, which I'm doing. Ever since I got this game, I have never failed to fuck up twice in one go, and of course now I am. Alright, so here we go again. Now the good thing is that you only have to rescue one swimmer, so once you've done that, you know, once you've managed to kill the 15 fish in 30 seconds, that's it, you're then on to the next level. So 2 more to go, 1 more to go, there we go, so finally did it. So that's level 2 done. Now we go on to level 3. Level 3 is probably the most difficult of the lot. And what doesn't help is the starting position. So what we've got to do is get the submarine down and pick up that stranded diver. Bring him up to the top, and then the next one comes down. And we have to rescue 5 of them. Now when they're in the centre like that, it's not so bad. It's when they're on the edge that, like that, that's when they are a real fucking pain in the arse to get to. So yeah, I doubt I'm going to do this because, yeah. Now once you're at the bottom, you can't move up unless you've collected the diver. And that means that that bottommost jellyfish thing, when it comes along, there's nothing you can do about it. You've lost a life. But once you have picked up the diver, you then start automatically moving upwards, and it does make that level quite tricky. I'm pleasantly surprised to have got through as quickly as I did. On to level 4. This one is back to the shoot 'em up levels. And again we have to collect 5 of these swimmers. I forgot to mention actually, the swimmers are killed if the the creatures or whatever hit them. So yeah, you've got to be fairly quick. Oh fucking hell. Right, so I've got 4, I just need 1 more, and missed him. Fucking hell, I don't know how I survived that. There we go. Right, so level 4 done. It looks like I got an extra life. On to level 5, or bonus level. Right, do I have to catch the diamonds? I can't shoot, so I've got to avoid the mines and catch the diamond things. I assume this carries on until I hit a mine and then blown up. Oh fucking hell! It's yeah, it's sped up rather sharpishly there, which I was not expecting, largely because I've never got to this level before. So right, let's see how we do here. Right, so another shoot 'em up level. So again, rescuing the divers here. Would have if I could actually shoot something. I've missed everything so far. And then I fucking hit a diver. It looks like the seahorses can't be shot. They are there all the time, getting in the fucking way. And how do I miss that fucking diver like that? Well, I did it because I'm fucking shit at shoot 'em ups. And there we go, game over. But that, believe it or not, is the furthest I've ever got in the game. That's the first time I've even seen level 6. So, no high score table, which is a bit annoying, but I suppose you can't have everything. So there we are, Sub Hunter. Let's get another game underway and start the review. Graphically, I think it is pretty fucking good actually. I mean, although there are only 3 levels of parallax scrolling here, it does look like there is actually more. It's as if they've copied the parallax scrolling that was used in fucking Shadow of the Beast, for the Amiga, and have brought it across to this, and yeah, I think it looks great. Also, the detail on the backgrounds are quite well done, but it does mean that sometimes you do have a bit of difficulty seeing the actual main sprites, the main objects. can't really be helped. That's a limitation of the Commodore 64's somewhat low resolution. But I mean, you know, you cannot say that the graphics are not good in this game. The game looks great. In terms of audio, I wish there were some sound effects, but no. But the music, including the jingles, are all well done. I think they all sound really good. And then the gameplay, I don't think the gameplay is bad, not at all. But some of the level design I think is a bit suspect. See, with this one, which I've amazingly just done first time, you have 30 seconds to kill 15 fish. Okay, but that means we really shouldn't be having all the time that's spent with nothing on the screen. Likewise with this one, in fact what I'll do, if I'll get me submarine down at the bottom, right, and there you go, the jellyfish comes along and you cannot do anything to avoid it. So yeah, this level I think could do with some tweaking to improve how it's actually set out. It's not quite right. I mean, it's not like it's impossible. I mean, you know, I got through it on my first go, and fucking hell. Well, I may jinx myself, but I'll say it. I think I've got a good chance of getting through it on this go as well. I only have to collect one more, and it's put it in a really cuntish place. Oh, there we go. The levels are pretty short. Also, when it comes to the submarine, and particularly the creatures you are shooting here, it does look like they have, shall we say, borrowed some of the graphics from Blood Money, from the underwater level there. Now I don't know if they actually have done that. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but let's face it, they do look fucking similar. I mean, that said, you know, if you're going to borrow, you know, attributes from another game, at least do what they've done here and create a game that is a damn sight better than the one you borrowed those attributes from, because Blood Money is a terrible game. This is much better. Timed that pretty well. So there we go, level 4 done. So now we're on to the bonus stage. So I hadn't seen this bonus stage before, and now I've had it in 2 successive goes. The submarine, if you let go of the controls, it will just drift downwards. So you've got to, you know, keep in control of it. You can't just, yeah, I never seem to last beyond that first speed up there. Anyway, yeah, so you've got to keep in control of the submarine. You can't just let go of the controls and let it, you know, drift along. You've got to not fuck up like I did there. So yeah, visually it's very good. I mean, I wouldn't say it's perfect. Say sometimes it's a bit difficult to see the main sprites over the detailed backgrounds. This is far from the only game though that has that issue. In terms of audio, yeah, I think the music is great, but I wish there were some sound effects in it. And in terms of gameplay, I do like the fact that there is variety in the levels. You know, you're not just doing the same thing over and over again. There's precious few shoot 'em ups on the Commodore 64 that have that. But one or two of the levels could do with a bit of an improvement to the overall design. But those are fairly minor sort of issues. It's still a decent game. I will give this 7.5 out of 10. I would say, yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. I don't know for sure if this game is now available for free. I think it might be, but yeah, you may want to check up on that before assuming so. So there we go then, that is Sub Hunter, 7.5 out of 10. That brings this review to an end, and we will see you at the next one.